Good afternoon, Shaky SoCal Tool for Forza, and time for the second track guide for week 2. As I adjust my seating position. Um, Second race, or actually, I'm not sure which order we're doing the race this Thursday, but I already did Lime Rock full alt, so this is going to be Maple Valley short in this Jaguar D-Type. So, standard fare, I'm going to run a couple of laps just to warm up. Then do the slow lap, talk about what I think the car likes, what it doesn't like, what's unique about the circuit, and then try to run a race sim against the driver tars. Though, um, after how the driver tars behaved at Lime Rock, I think I'm going to try and I may just need to open things up a little bit just so that the cars that the game chooses are a little better suited for high A class. So let's go ahead and let's go fuel and tire. Let's just make sure I'm going to be on the mediums for this. And let's go ahead and start race. Okay. Inside, increasing radius corner, balance with the throttle. Pick up, shift to fourth. Brake, turn in. A little more curbing than I want to use there, but confidence lift there. We'll do a couple more at speed. A brake just to get the curbing on the outside, bring the car across, drop to third. Into the inside, got there a little early. Out of there. One more. This time, let's just keep it in fourth. A little late to the throttle there, but that's all right. Oh, a little early. Okay. All right, so let's talk about Maple Valley Short. So again, I'll be in fourth gear coming down to turn 1. And what I'm doing is, for me, braking is going to start as I get to the outside curbing here on the left side. Now, kind of like what I do at Lime Rock for turn 1, I am going to try and cheat a little bit that my braking is not going to be completely parallel to the outside of the course. I'm actually going to kind of cheat it in a little bit. So I'm going to probably brake a little, it's still going to be straight line, but it's going to be going across the track. So that I'm kind of at least halfway, if not a little bit, more to the right of mid track as I release the brakes into the corner. It is, when you look at the track map, this is, for the direction we're going, it is an increasing radius turns. It's going to be tight at the entry, and it'll open it up on the way out as you go through. I guess this is the carousel. I've never looked up what they have named the turns here. So for me, brake will be down. As you can tell, it's a downhill braking into this corner. So you can see this patch of where they this patch of asphalt that they've added, I guess, track repair for digital track, but it also corresponds right about where it flattens out as it kind of crests back to go into the into turn 1. So this is about where I'll be releasing the brake probably just as I get past it. And, you know, occasionally this is where what I'm trying to, ideally, if I do it right, the braking across the track and where I release will still be, I won't be fully inside. It'll probably still be off a little bit. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the car to the inside here, because this is about where it's, we're talking about that where it gets sharpest, and then it'll start to open up from here. More often than not, if I get here too early, the car's then going to push wide a little bit, and I just gotta kind of keep it steady out of the corner. I think ideally, if I'm still a little bit off this curving at this point, that's probably better. It's a line that'll be playing around with, but I don't have, again, this third or fourth gear. It's really up to you. I think for this part, third, I think might give you a little bit more control over the point of the car as far as balancing it through, at least through this first half of the of this turn. If you want to do it in fourth, you can. It's just then, the car's not going to, as you balance with the throttle and you back out of the throttle, the car's not going to respond as quickly. So ideally, if you do it right, like if I'm in third gear through here, I'll probably be setting maybe about 45 degrees, on the steering, and it's not going to move much, especially this initial part. I'm going to be doing most of the balancing with the throttle. If I feel the car starting to push, I'm going to feather out of it and let the car, let the car come back. The key to that is being able to look as far down the track as possible so that I can kind of spot, like, it's easier to spot than if the car's pushing, or if it's, or if it's, if you find that it's really starting to come back a lot, you can roll back in the throttle a little bit more. You might even feel the back end, you feel the rear tires start to spin up. The car might rotate a little bit. You might get into a slight little bit of four-wheel drift as well. But it is, for me, it's not going to be about using the brakes at all unless I really mess up. It's really just get in here, get about 45 degrees, and then it's just balance with the throttle, maybe some slight adjustments with the wheel. So balance, 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 balance. If you're in third gear, you should be able to get to fourth gear right about, I would say, if you practice like that, it's going to be somewhere, as you get to the end of pit exit here, where it opens up, you should be able to get back to, get to full throttle and then be able to pop it up to fourth. But ultimately, what I'm trying to do is, as I bring the car back across or out of the corner, and setting up for this next, you know, I'll call it a double apex left. I want to get the car back to the right side, and I talked a little bit about it in the Lime Rock track guides are like that. The back of this car um, doesn't like, full one side quick weight shifts completely from one side of the car to the other. So the more I can avoid putting the back of the car in that situation where all the weight's on one side of the car and then I'm having to throw it to the other side, the less likely it is to step out. So in coming out of this, first initial carousel, when I set for this next set of left-hand corners, I want that car to sit and just have that moment, because again, we're doing it, let's say, like, get my physics right. It's a right-hand turn, the weight's all on the left side. I want that weight to center back up in the car and have a moment, just give it a breath to get set, level, because then that'll make the car, it'll make these next rights much easier to get through. So if you find that you're still have a lot of weight here and all of a sudden you got to go back to the left, don't be surprised when the back end steps out, especially on the harder compounds. So again, ideally for me, I'll have, the car will have that moment of breath to kind of sit and get ready for the next corner. As I hit this patch of, you know, newer asphalt, it is a quick, just a brush brake, just to get a little, just to slow the car down a little bit, get a little weight on the front tires, and to turn the car into the corner. So again, I'm kind of braking here, but pointing in. It is a little bit of a blind entry, but for here, then once I get in, I'm off the throttle. I'm going to get on the curbing here on the inside, ideally late. As soon as I'm off it, roll back into the throttle, let the car come out. That was the first apex. This curbing on the outside here, give yourself room. Do not, I think we've all had it happen one time or another, where we're trying to push pace and we just let the tires just get out and just kiss these outside curbs. It's enough, it'll snap the car. I'm sure I'll do it during the sim race. The other thing that'll happen is you just push too wide and you go off in the gravel. given the two, I'd almost rather go off in the gravel because then at least the car's somewhat pointed in the direction I want it to go, and I can slowly bring it back across. But again, give yourself some room. Try and stay off that as possible. First apex, rolling back into the throttle here, back full throttle. Get in the right gear. Probably, depending on the tire compound, the second apex is as you crest the hill. And I'm not going to be all the way to the inside, but I'll probably, again, this car, even though there is the updated tune, there's a little more weight. It's still somewhat light on its tires, so I'll probably give breathe the throttle a little bit just to you know decrease the risk that the back tires are going to spin up. I'm just trying to keep the car as balanced as possible. Crest the hill here, roll back on the throttle. I may lift again depending on tire compound. And what I'm ultimately trying to do is, let me back it up here just a little bit. This is one of those things that I'm going to point it out, and then as I get in the mock race, I want you to, and as you do your own practice, see if you notice it. Again, this left-hander it's not a nice, symmetrical, gentle, consistent arc. It kind of turns a little bit, then it flattens slightly, and then it turns a little bit more sharply as it goes on to the rest of the straight on the full circuit. So what I'm trying to do is, as I bring the car back across, if I do it right, I'm trying to keep the car to the left side, and I'm trying to line it up parallel to this part of the line where it kind of flattens out. So, because what that does is that points me kind of straight to the inside, nice straight threshold braking line into for the next corner. So as I come off of that, as I got that car pointed, as I come off the left side white line, that's the braking. Threshold braking, fourth gear, down to second, brake, 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 brake. I might be a little off the inside, that's fine. Release, and then I'm going to try and hug the inside of the curbing here. And again, it crests a little bit, then we get a little help from the banking at this point. So when we get into the banking, I've got my eyes up. I'm trying to spot the next set of curbing as soon as possible. As soon as the car is kind of set in the banking here in second gear, experiment with rolling back into the throttle. You don't need to stab it. Just roll back in and try to get back to full throttle as early as you can. So second gear through here, up to third as you crest up. As you crest this hill, this is the last part I'm still trying to sort out because I think tire compound will make this last final turn onto the front stretch tricky. The softer compound is a little bit more forgiving, but the hard compound is not. So as I'm cresting this hill, you can kind of see the three trees on the opposite side on the exit of the final turn. I'm aiming for the one on the short one on the right. So I'm looking at that yellow tree to kind of line up on. And what I will try to do, so let me put it down in a second, is as I bring the car up here, maybe I'm centering up. I'm looking at that right tree, but the idea is I'm trying to get as close to the left side here as possible. You have to be careful because if you do get tires into the grass, it will hook the car a little bit. The car will hook to the left, so you'll start throwing the weight to the right side of the car right before you need to actually turn the car back to the right to go back and again it's back to that whole. This is one where if there's a little bit of weight on that right side and then all of a sudden you throw the weight all the way back to the left side, it might be enough to get the back end to step out. So you need to be, I'm still trying to work this one out and be a little bit careful, like how close can I get to this line? What do I have to watch out for as far as the car hooking, and how do I counteract that? Because if you're still full throttle or close to full throttle, the back end will step out. I'm in third gear at this point. For me, I think the most consistent thing I'm going to be doing is as I come off the left side and I'm starting to turn in, looking at that inside tree, I'll probably pop it to fourth at this point, get the car a little bit more relaxed for the final corner. But using that tree as a guide, you can abuse the crap out of this inside curbing. So I'll use it there. Hopefully if I do it right, it gets me kind of parallel with the line here as I drop down onto the front straightaway to exit to exit exit the final turn and get on the front straightaway. That final corner is going to be tricky because fourth gear I think the car is a little bit more relaxed, but the back end may still step out a little bit because again, we're cresting a hill, kind of, you know, coming down. There's not a lot of help camber wise, but yeah, I think again, as I look at it and say, where's most people going to be going off or having trouble, or maybe having a tank slapper, it is going to be out of that final corner. Try and give yourself wiggle room on the exit because the second you drop left side tires in the grass, um, you have to really get out of the. You're going to have to really get out of the throttle, or maybe brake slightly to be able to get the car back on track because that well, we've all in the full course, we've all hit that inside or that outside wall at one point or another and have it shoot us back across the track. But that's Maple Valley short. Um, it's going to be a lot of laps, and excuse me, hopefully not in the rain. But so what we're going to do is I'm actually now going to get out of this and set up a mock race of what I think the race length will be. And I'm going to probably open this up a little bit more as far as the drivatars and see if that makes a little bit better of a racing experience for me. Advanced setup. Okay, so we want the Jag. D-type. Okay, circuit race. Number full alt. Number of laps. It's going to be a lot. So we're going to run this one at... Nope, that's too many. I want to do 39 laps. Starting time of day will go random. Rolling 420, that's all good. Weather, we'll see what the game gives us, but if it's rain, I'm gonna redo it. All right, so you're fired, vintage sports cars. We're gonna open this up to anything between. Oh, excuse me, that was rude. We're gonna go 680. We'll go 680. No, we'll go 692. That's what the tune is at. Let's do that. Well, we'll go 690. Give us a little, because I think the tune that I'm running is at 692. But up to 720. We're gonna not limit that to any car. Any car the drivatar the game wants to give me for the drivatars. Hopefully that will make things more interesting. Sport rules, that's fine. Standing start. PI in ascending order. Mandatory pit stops, 1. Because at 5X, I think we can still do it on 1 stop. And fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, I do have 5X on the tire order, right? No, why? That's what happened last time. That's what I missed. Sport rules. 5. Okay, rewind. Standing PI on. 1. Okay, now I think we got it. All right, what are you going to give us? Oh, you're going to give us daytime. 4 p.m., partly cloudy. Okay, I'll take it. All right, so tire strategy. Since I actually did do a little bit of proper testing here. So your 60% mark is going to be. I just went paranoid on something. Ha! Sorry, I'm saying hot because I don't. Short circuit. No, we'll re-roll. I'm doing. I must be. I think part of this is me. I'm just not paying close enough attention as I'm setting things up to make sure that Forza's not going to mess with me. Okay, now let's do it because Maple Valley. That's better. No, no rain. Sorry. I'll accept the time of day, but no light rain. Noon? No. Okay. Forza, you're fired. Um, we'll go late afternoon. Light rain? No. Let's try. Thin haze. Let's do that. Let's see how bad that is. Okay. Now that 96, 95, 700, good. So that's going to do that. All right. So I'll lose my train of thought here. So for Maple Valley Short, your 60% tire mark is for soft, medium, hard. It is going to be approximately 8.5 laps. So, probably can get 9. Just know that the last couple of turns are going to be a little treacherous. 13 laps on the mediums, 18 laps on the hards, and a 39 lap race. So, okay, because I can't do math in my head. Ooh, I think this is going to be 2 stops regardless. Actually, let's go ahead and force the drive tires to do the same. They do tend to. So let's see. So 13. Let's see if I do 18, 13. So 2, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 32. Okay. So I'm probably just going to run hardest compounded softest. So I'll do 18 on the hards. In this one, it's like you probably could do. This is where, you know what? I'm not even going to try and do the math in my head. I'll figure this out for Thursday. But I'll start in the hards, go to the mediums, and then say hit the soft tires, and just know that I've got plenty of tire to mess with there on the softs. So let's go set fuel and tire. Wait, why? Again, it's the short track, so it's like 145 laps. No, we don't need that much fuel. 28%. We'll go hard tires. All right, let's get my gear shift set right and start race. Wow. Okay. I guess I'm the low PI car on the totem pole, except for the car right there to the left. What I'm going to do is, as soon as I can, I'm going to just drop to the inside and let the field by, so I have some traffic to work through. Because I'm sure, even though they have higher PI cars, I'll be able to navigate my way through them. Where's the glue? Oops, sorry. What? Well, I guess the RX-8 got a little revenge there. This is why we practice. That's not the fastest way through that corner. Too aggressive on the throttle. The tires not as grippy. Why do you brake there? Look how wide your car is.
Total time penalty is about half a second.
Isn't the whole point of a wide body kit to give you more grip because you're wider? Not like one of Pontiac's things way back in the day. Wider is better. Again, Janetta, you should be way out handling me. Why are you braking there? Why are you braking there? Whoops, that was bad. It's a long race, so yeah, I'm going to screw around a little bit. Yeah, it's just a little bit of a, feathering of the throttle crest in that hill. It's a little bit late. Jira. Nice little run. Here we go. Oh, that was first gear. I'm being very precise on my gear shifts. AI likes to go way wide out there, and I tend not to. It's like the car is going to come off the inside a little bit, but a little too quick. A little bit late. I want to try and use a little bit more of that inside curving there if I can. Wide berth. There we go. That's what I want to do. Well, I was a little soft on the brakes. Just gonna stay out of the throttle. Nothing I can do. Get back on. And try to get back up to pace and speed as quickly as I can. That's a little too much curb. That's gonna cost me. Oh, thank you. Push, push, push. There's the minor. Okay. go ahead and pit this lap. Okay, pit entry I think is pretty simple. Keep it to the right. Very wide entry. Okay, medium. Skip. So the trick here is it's like got me in first, so I'll put it in second. And I'm just going to dial in the steering as I see it on the screen. Ah, it was a little too much steering. I'll have another chance to get that one right, but then just keep it to the right side and just know that for here, cold tires, make sure it doesn't push. Definitely can do that final turn with a lot more confidence on the mediums. Got a good run. I thought Max or whoever the Porsche was going into the pits. You scrub those tires. Oh, come on. There we go. A little bit late. More comfortable. It's starting to get maybe a little too aggressive on the curbs. you. Far to the inside, so just gotta make sure you don't carry too much speed and go off on the outside. I can catch the lady here, but oh, nope. Looks like I'm gonna. So, if someone tries to attempt to pass into that corner, just look for the crossover. They may push a little wide. And I'm not gonna repeat what I did last time. Be nice. That's what happens when you kiss the outside curbing with the right rear. Close to, yeah. I think we're going about lap 30 or 31. And to the last few laps on softs. I don't know what I did wrong. Well, I probably just didn't brake enough. Again, you know, towards the end of the race, get a little soft on the pedal. Liner. Let's go ahead and pit. Easy pit in. All right, let's see if I can get pit exit right this time. It's kind of releasing you. I'm just gonna keep the wheel. I have it in second gear. I'm gonna keep the wheel mostly straight. I'm gonna keep my feet off the pedals until after I get really. There we go. Okay. I think I either just had too much gas or too much steering, or both. Second place. All right, so I've got 8 laps. Try and catch Tom. So I'm actually dialing in a bit more steering. You can see the left front kind of lighting up a little bit. So I am leaning on these softs probably a little more than I did the other tires, but I figure I can get away with that since I don't have that many laps to go and I need to try and make up time. At this point though, I mean, I'm 4 laps left. I'm not sure that I've got the sheer pace to catch Tom. I'm gonna need some help from traffic. Copy that. Push, 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 push. Stay over there. Stay over there. That's him ahead of me.
One more lap.
That is. Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'll be able to catch him. Definitely abuse these tires. Hey, we did it. So I think I had him on penalties anyway. Oh, wait. No, I had the penalty. Ah! Ah. Oh, well. It's a good race, though. So that is, and let's see, best lap, 29 minutes. Yeah, 39 might be a little on the high side. It might be 38 or 37. I mean, again, I'm not factoring in bucket delays and how that impacts race time, but yeah, 39's close. So uh, let's go ahead and let's do the podium celebration. Okay, good job, Xers. Hey, I got second place. Yay. And Thibaut Har in first. So that is Maple Valley Short in this 1956 Jaguar or Jag E-Type. So I hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you on Thursday night and happy racing.